Sitting here with Tim Wales, Relentless Pursuit. Let me tell you something. This dude is relentless. He gets
Big
after
time.
everything right here, man. Good
Hey,
to see you, buddy.
this is a big deal, man.
Man, I know it is nice, man. Nice little set with the mountains in the
Yeah,
background.
we're right in the middle of it all. This is awesome.
Yeah, man, dude.
You've been doing good, buddy.
Man, same here, buddy. I missed you at the archery show. I saw your wife briefly. Saw
Yeah.
Sydney, but then, you know,
Yeah.
seems like that's the thing. My son's running around here,
Yeah.
Sydney, obviously. So
They call me the Slock Master. They call Sydney the Slock Blocker because she kills all the big bucks, and I got to film it. you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got to take the back seat anymore. But you know where I'm coming from.
Dude, 100%, man. And the cool thing about what you're doing, I always cut up with you. I said, this man right here is the reason I spent at least $100,000, I thought, on blowguns. You and Buck Medley, man, all my kids. I bought, blowguns and all the cold steel stuff. And,
it's a profit thing, Michael.
And now, man, that you got out now, I saw that fishing rig. That thing is
neat?
unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
You can wear out to fish with it. It's got a little dart with a barb on it, sticks in them. It's called a fish hawk. It's pretty awesome.
Well, dude, Tim, you've hunted everything with a bow. You've done it with a blowgun. What's some of the most memorable things, like right now, maybe last year, just you can think back and you dig into the hunt?
You know what it's like to ask that question, but I've had some really crazy experiences. Last year, I think it was you, maybe you shot your first bird in Mexico, those oscillated.
Oh, yeah, the oscillated,
I shot one of them. That was pretty cool. He came into a decoy. I didn't even know they would do that.
That was cool.
That was fun. This year, I killed a hippo with my spear.
No way,
Yeah,
dude.
it was a problem hippo that had took out some people, and we got the depredation tag to go hunt that dude, and took me almost 20 days. But finally, at the last light one evening, he came out of the water and came up into the jungle there, and into the timber, and came under me and hit my bait sight, and I killed him with a spear. So it was pretty awesome.
Holy cow!
If I was rifle hunting,
you could have got him a lot
anytime
sooner,
I could have shot him out there in the water. The scouts would find him, So we kept setting baits along the river, and wherever bait I would wait on, he'd hit the different one, that night or whatever. But on that particular night, I got him.
That is wild, man. Yeah. People don't realize, I mean, hippos still kill more people in Africa than anything, right?
Yeah, and for every hippo kill that's reported, there's probably a half a dozen that no one even says anything about. I hunted Mozambique. We killed a crocodile there, and that was 10 years ago, but still we cut him open, and there was a human hand in that thing that was decomposed and had been digested. There was no reports in the area. Those third world countries, it's just it's rough.
Well, I don't think
you wash your laundry in the river still.
Right, you walking down or walking back on a path. A lot of hippos, and you way more than me have hunted, Africa and all those countries. I don't think people realize how desolate it is.
No, it's still Africa, and that's the beauty of it. It's still wild.
Not everybody's got a social media account.
That's right. You're right. There's not everywhere you turn around, there's not a place to take a break and go to a building. I mean, sometimes if you're on a wild hunt, you're there. You're going to live it. Yeah. And enjoy it or not, you're there and live through the rainstorm or whatever's coming at you.
Yeah.
You get bit by a snake, pray he's not deadly.
Well, you've had some scary moments over there. I remember you got in a little situation, and you could tell because one thing about you never seem to be afraid of anything, which I truly believe you're not, because
I cut out all the crying scenes.
But usually. that one, you thought that was it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. For a moment, I thought maybe it was because I cut that artery in there. Nick did a little bit.
You're smart enough to know you made a living killing stuff. You knew.
I had to stop it, so I got my fingers down in that hole and pinched her shut. But man, I had to try to not pass out. That's what would have killed me, because then
then you would have no way. It would have bled.
But I survived that. The spear fell out of the tree. A lot of people think I fell on my spear. That wasn't the case. I was up in the top of a tree. I don't use tree stands in Africa. I keep it wild. I climb the trees. I hunt off limbs and stuff. I was at the top of this tree, and my GoPro fell out and fell down in the bait. Well, they're skits, those animals there. They're the wildest creatures ever. If they even see anything man-made in the bait or whatever, they're out of there. So I just never thought much about it. I started down the tree to go get my camera. And right before I got to the bottom of the tree, I shook the tree. And when I did, I had forgot to secure my spear up there.
It was still in the
And
tree.
it slipped and fell out, came down, and just missed the end of my nose, knocked my hat off, and boom, went in my thigh and out the bottom of my thigh.
Oh,
And just
my
the
goodness.
point was sticking out the bottom. And so here I am with a 7-foot-long spear sticking out of me, halfway down this tree.
In the middle of nowhere.
And I'm thinking, my radio and my water is up in the top of the tree, and I got to get down or up, one of the two, to get myself. But I got this spear in me, and I couldn't hardly move my leg. So I thought, well, I'm going to pull it out. And when I went to pull, I had put hooks on it the night before, so my spear doesn't come out of the animal when I hit him. You know?
Right.
And so I'm like, I got to run this all the way through my leg and pull it out the bottom. So when I started to push, I was like, I might cut that,
It might be worse.
artery. Yeah. And so I just jerked it out. And when I jerked it out, that blood squirted up there, and I jumped down out of that tree as fast as I could. The rest was history. You know, I survived it, but.
And you're talking, and for a lot of people don't realize, when you go to Africa, it's kind of like a Saskatchewan deer hunt. You're out there all day until you radio, or you get something.
You know, the PHs are. I'm hunting alone without a PH, and so the people that pick me up, the PHs basically, they're waiting for the radio call.
Yeah.
Yeah, come get me.
Come get me.
They dropped me off about 9 in the morning. So that night they pulled up. By that time I was out of shock and over it, but I couldn't hardly move my leg. And the next morning, a doctor came, sewed me up. Well, this doctor, he washed it, sewed it shut, you know? Well, that spear had been through 3 animals and had.
Wasn't the cleanest thing.
No, blood, hair, poop, and dirt on it, you know, and it just been through my leg. So nonetheless, but when I stepped off that plane the next morning, I was black from here to the, base of my leg.
Infected.
It was bad. The only thing that saved my leg was that doctor gave me some kind of medication that's not even legal in the U.S. It's so strong, you know. But
to fight infection, basically. Yeah.
My doctor said that, hey, a good thing he gave you that, because we'd be cutting part of you off.
God, that is crazy.
God had a reason to, save me in that situation. And, man, that was a deal. But you know what? I could have been killed on the way home on the plane or whatever.
That's exactly
you never
right,
know
man.
when you're going to go.
Well, I'm glad you made it, because we enjoy your stuff, Tim.
Thanks,
You
buddy.
wonder why they call it Relentless Pursuit? That story just sums it up. Tim Wells, the Slockmaster, Relentless Pursuit.